Welcome to 21st Century Competencies in Action, Planning Instruction for 21st Century Learners. In this video series, you'll see examples of learning activities facilitated by teachers in Washoe County School District that help our students develop the competencies they will need to be college and career ready in the 21st century, and demonstrate mastery of the content and skills articulated in the Nevada Academic Content Standards. Based on a 3-year global research study into innovative teaching and learning conducted by Microsoft Partners in Learning, Washoe County School District has adopted a framework that includes 6 dimensions of 21st century learning: collaboration, knowledge construction, real-world problem solving and innovation, the use of technology for learning, self-regulation, and skilled communication. This video focuses on the 21st century learning dimension of real-world problem solving and innovation. Students are using problem solving when they define problems and develop solutions to these problems that are new to them. Students are also problem solving when they complete a task that no one has instructed them how to do, or design a complex product that meets a set of requirements. The real-world problem solving and innovation elevator identifies 3 21st century competencies. As you watch the video, be on the lookout for examples of students solving problems as the primary purpose of an activity, working on solutions to problems that actually exist in the real world, and putting their work to use in the real world through the process of innovation, that is, the creation of products, methods, or ideas that are new to the students and have potential value to others beyond the classroom setting.
In a moment, I'm going to have you move back to your groups that you've been working with for the last week. I just want to go over a couple of expectations, make sure that you're all clear on what is due and when it is due. So, on Friday, I went over that I am looking for a drafted drawing. Remember, this drafting is in quotes because I am not asking you to truly scale it. I just want you to give me a drawing that it has proper drafting techniques, which means that you're using your drafting boards, you're using your T-squares, your lines is straight, and that you have dimensioned it. And I'm going to talk about dimensioning in just a second. I am changing the due date for that to Friday. So by Friday, you must have Mr. Conley's approval. I know some of you are well on your way to that and are ready to move on to the tutorial. So as soon as you are done with your drawing and you're ready for approval, I'm going to have you move on to your tutorial. I know some groups are not there. You need a little bit more time to get yourselves there. Remember that there's also a written proposal to Mr. Conley. So a description of your plan for the room, very clearly explaining what you want to do, why you are putting things in certain locations, so that if he's not here, he can read your proposal and understand what you're asking or what you're planning for the room. Here are all the dimensions for the different types of tables that you can put into the space. There are a couple of things I wanted to address. I saw a drawing that has this as an example of what the tables look like. In a properly drafted drawing, which I will go to in just a second, you need to show each individual table. So if you have done this, you need to clean these up and make them into properly dimensioned tables side by side. If there's no gap between them, you can draw them side by side. If there's a gap, please indicate that there is a space between tables. And then the last thing I want to talk about is what the proper dimensioning should look like. I brought a couple of textbooks with the dimensioning information that we went over last semester, so you can flip back to it and apply those proper dimensioning techniques to your drawing. And I'm just going to go really quickly to the screen over there and show you what a properly dimensioned room looks like in a drawing. So you've got the span of a wall with proper dimensions at the top. And if a wall is segmented, you have the wall's segmented dimensions as well. Don't worry about putting in fancy doors and things like that, but I do want tables to have dimensions on them. If you have repeated tables, then you can do 15 tables with your little X with proper dimensioning, and then tell me how many tables at what size. So you may come up here and look at the computer screen or this to get a little bit better information about what your dimensioning should look like. But please make sure that your drawings are neat, because remember that Mr. Conley is your client, and Mr. Conley is an extremely picky person when it comes to things being done correctly, right, Eric? Okay, so If you want to get his approval, you're going to need to make sure that you're using professionalism in your drawing and that your drafting looks professional. Otherwise, he's not probably going to approve it and you're going to have to start over. So please make sure that you are thinking about who your client is as you are doing these drawings.
Ready to go. So we're gonna start by erasing the grid.
Yeah, we gotta put in printers.
This is you realize these tables are going into the cage part?
Yeah, remember that it's, there's not gonna be a wall there. It shouldn't overhang. If you
Oh,
went in
yeah.
there, it shouldn't overhang.
So we should probably draw that circle, because that's where the post is, I believe.
Where
That's where it's split into like 3 sections. And
we might want to go, we need to go find out the dimensions of the posts.
Yeah.
Here,
So
let's
that
go.
That could be one thing we could do. Hold on.
Grab my notebook.
If we have access to the wood room. Hopefully. So we're done with the grid, right? Except for kind of by over here.
We're done except for that we gotta do the drafting table.
Where did the round tables come from?
They're gonna be for the computers.
Okay, so you're going to have computer stations in a circle around? Okay.
Maybe 4 person in each desk, because under the circular table you can have your monitors kind of canted in like that. And then you can have all the wires go in through a hole in the table.
Center. Okay. So kind of show me the outline of your room. Where's your entry? Where's your door?
The door is right
We
here.
gotta still put in the door. Can we still get access to the website?
Yep. As soon as Jake comes back with my keys.
We gotta find out if the post is the overhang.
Okay. So what else is your plan for this room?
This will be kind of the fab experiment part, like where you'll build the solar panels, and then over here will be the welder for the catapult and stuff like that.
Okay.
We're gonna have the fab table. We're gonna have welders on this wall, and all the stuff we'll need for the engineering or the metal side of it. We're gonna have a door here. This is gonna be a sectioned off wall,
Okay.
at those posts. And then we're gonna have 10 feet windows,
Okay.
so you can observe each side of the room.
All right. I really like that,
And that way
feature.
it's sectioned off from the metal side, because I don't want all the metal shavings and all the weld stuff getting over to the CAD side.
Okay.
And all the noise.
And from what I understand from Mr. Conley, the welders are on rollers so that they can actually go into a tool storage room too. So do you have a storage space?
I was
for-
just gonna keep them on the wall, all hooked up and ready to go.
Okay. But then they can be taken outside of the shop too.
If
so
you
you're
needed it.
Okay, so you're keeping enough space that they can roll around. Okay. All right, looks good. What's Morel's part of this? Task?
He's writing up the
Okay.
description.
All right, so he's got a job. You don't look very happy about your job.
I'm okay.
Just doing what you need to do?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll leave you alone.
We want to measure where the posts are. Okay. Do we want to the end of the post? Just push it in.
From the closest end.
Okay. So 18.3 in scale, that'll be like
You actually do that.
3 3/4.
How deep or how much are the posts actually?
How wide they are themselves? I think they're foot by foot.
18 by 3. They're foot? No, they're 8 inches. Measure that one over there just to make sure they're.
Yes, they should be all 8 inches.
They're all. Do it against the wall.
Here, let's go against the wall. So from the wall to the door, hold on.
Put it out a little bit.
We got
Down.
9 feet and 4 inches again.
9 feet 4 inches.
See, let's see.
So that's from the post, or is that at the end of this?
Yeah,
frame?
that is at the end of this door frame. And this is a 9.5-inch post.
What?
This is
9-inch?
Yeah, 9-inch.
There's that doors that much, and we can add whatever extra we want to that one.
So do we want to get how long this cage is so we know how long to
We
section
already
it
know
off?
how long it is because we know that dimension of the wall.
I know, but we don't know the actual cage itself, because isn't that, are
So
we
we're
just
taking
gonna,
out the cage. So you know.
we're gonna extend the wall off to where this part of the cage is, right?
Well, we already decided how far we're coming off the roll-up door for the wall.
How far are we coming off?
I don't know. We need to go look at our plans. I think you came off
Didn't we come off?
2.5.
Yeah, so we came off like, what, 2-3 feet?
2.5.
So 2.5 feet's probably by the blue post right there, or the posts.
Yeah, the blue post off, which will give.
I think.
We'll have about 4 tables. You know those tables in Collins' room?
Yeah.
We'll have 4 of those in here. That should give plenty of room for the solar panel and the biofuel and all that.
Mhm.
And then we'll have computers in here because you'll need to research stuff.
Yeah. Well, they can always use CAD computers if they needed to.
They
If we
but
run out of
in order to
space.
have more access, we'll put like 2 computers in here.
Yeah.
So we'll have that.
So.
Not compared to a lot of people.
So where's the cage at? Because I think we.
The cage back here.
Well, yeah, I know, but we need. Do we have the dimensions of the cage? Did you by chance?
We don't need the dimensions of the cage because it's getting ripped out.
Oh, well, we need to change the dimensions of the door.
Yeah.
So we were close with our estimate. It was actually probably this mark. So then we'll come off a 1/2 inch.
Roll up.
The roll-up door was 12 feet.
The wall, 9.25
So
plus 9
I'll draw this.
plus 12 and 7.
I'll go like this, and I'll make this wall. Do we want windows?
Did you measure this? What this is on the dimensioning?
Well, yeah, this is. The whole wall itself is 8 inches because that wall is 40 feet
Hey,
long.
hold up. Hey, so this is the CAD room.
Yeah.
This is gonna be like the 3D printer room and stuff, right?
And along this wall next to the door, that's where we're gonna have all of our printers and the plotter and the 3D printer. So, Jeremy, so if the door's right here, this wall, the wall with the door is 40 feet long.
The roll-up door stops at 22 and 8 inches.
Well, because 12 feet, that's 12 feet, that's about 2.5 inches. No, yeah, that's about, it's like
2.5 inches.
That's a little bit less, so let's just do it a little bit.
No, it's a little bit more.
No, because that'd be 12.5. Oh, no, it is. It's 12.7, so let's just write it 2.5.
Is the 4-foot portion of it actually would be perfect if we had. We'd keep them over here in the corner. And then 2 right here. Yeah. So 1, 2, and then you just the other tables here. The steel tables, yeah. Here, move all those off. That works. And then so it's 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 11/16. 11/16. So.
Okay, our plan for today. First thing I need you to do is to finish up the tutorial. Will you raise your hand if you have not completed the tutorial? Not the dimensioning part, but just the tutorial part. Raise your hand so I know how many people that is. Okay, so those of you who did not raise your hand, that indicates to me that you have completed the tutorial. You have a general drawing of a floor plan for a house, which includes a sink and a toilet and a bathtub. To complete that part first. Then you need to go on to practicing dimensioning. So the green packet walks you through doing dimensioning. Most of you had the final page in that packet last week, so many of you are pretty much ready to start putting dimensions on your actual drawing. I want you to practice dimensioning your floor plan so that when you go to your floor plan for the wood shop, you can put your dimensions onto that drawing as well. What you're going to spend a few minutes doing before you get to work on the computers is talking with your group today. Because there are some people who may have been assigned to draw the floor plan, but they haven't finished they haven't finished the tutorial. So they're probably not going to be the first person done, so you might want to talk with your group and reassign roles of what you're drawing in your floor plan so that it makes more sense with who is finished and ready to go on to that part of the drawing. Let's start with a couple of questions to gauge where we are. Mr. Conley talked to one group in first period because they had a little bit of trouble getting their printing all worked out. But I know there's a couple of groups in this class who have already printed. So raise your hand if you have printed one floor plan, black and white, appropriate size on the page, without a title block. So raise your hand if your group has completed that step. Okay. Those of you whose hands are in the air, your next step is to put the title block around your drawing and see if in the next 20 minutes you can have a professional title block included floor plan printed to present to Mr. Conley. So he'll be in about 20 minutes.
Yeah. Let's go, man. Don't call me that though. I put it at my 17. Look at that corner. What are you doing? What is this?
And then
just move it. I guess we'll just put 3 inches between them. 3 inches should be enough. So put that box lined up with one of the boxes, like that's it's there, and then delete the like line it up with one of the desks. Like it's just outlining the same desk.
yeah.
Like put it over this box or something like that, so we can take them and then delete the block.
All of them?
Just all 3 of them. Yeah. Alright, and then line them up 3 inches from each other.
Alright.
Don't forget to make a line too, now it's 3 inches.
Alright, it's in there.
It's 2.1, right?
Yep. And you have it?
Let's go, man.
So open a PDF. Why are you not helping the group?
And that's the final part, right?
That's the last part we needed.
Awesome.
Do we want to do a drop down projector in the middle of the room just in case the teacher wants to drop a lesson?
So you mean like a...
Like you know how Conley has his where it drops down and then...
Yeah.
We want to do that like one right here and project it on the wall?
Yeah, we could do that.
Alright, is this your original drawing? One of them? A really, really original? No? Okay. Alright, so that must be the end of your pile. Alright, let's go ahead and take all of that over there. Do you guys have a written proposal? Do you have it written on paper somewhere? Can you get that out too and put that out there with the rest of your stuff? And then when you're done presenting to Conley, somebody's going to keep working on the title block, and then somebody's going to type up your written proposal.
And the entrance right here, and the other end right here. We just had to get the cage, and we're gonna put one side of it, we're gonna be the copy room, all the copiers, all the big ones and all that stuff. Maybe the 3D printer thing right here. Okay. And then on the other side, we're gonna do the teacher's office, where she can put her own personal stuff. Okay. That's put it right there. And then we're gonna have these bigger tables where we had this space right here because obviously we need spaces. Right? That's why we decided to go with that. And also for the project, so in case we want to do something at a bigger scale and for somebody disabled who needs a wheelchair or something like that. Right. So more space. And then coming in through here, this is the classroom. And over here we have the CAD section. We have 2 computers on each table. On each table. We got total it's what,
36.
36. We still have more space right here for the big door in case we want to pull something in.
Right.
And,
That'd be nice. The only other thing, and I've told this to every group so far, is making a notation of where your power is coming from for your computers. We can't obviously have extension cords coming from the wall, so you've either got to have it coming up from the floor or you've got to have it retractable cords from the ceiling. One of the two. And the easiest way to do that, a power symbol is just a circle with 2 lines slashed through the center of it. And so you could just put one here, 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 and just say a notation that says those power drops are from the ceiling or they're power coming up from the floor. One of the two. Right, and I wouldn't use a solid pole just because they dictate how you can manipulate furniture in the room. I would just do like a retractable cable from the ceiling like we have in the auto shop or something like that. Yeah, so you just pull it back out of the way when you don't need it, and then it's not in your way of where you want to put desks or tables or anything, so you could rearrange. Does that make sense? Yeah. Otherwise, I think you got a lot of good space. There's a lot of areas to move around. You got a lot of good building space in here, which I like a lot. So I think it's a good design. I just think it said flush out a little more detail of where you think stuff's going to go. And you guys are the best thought on that, on a CAD room, especially because you guys have been using this. Think about the disadvantages of being here to here, and how would it be easier for you to learn. And it would be so much easier if we had, put a screen here, put a screen here, put another screen over here if you want to. Project it to 3 different areas so you can look at it in different ways. I mean, use your thoughts of how it would be easier for you to learn what you've been learning. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. Otherwise, I like it. I think it's good, man. You guys did a good job. Thank you. Yeah.